Good afternoon, Standard 6. Once again, I am before you with the second chapter of moral science, that is, goodness is rewarding. So, in this chapter, I will mention you about an essential human virtue, that is goodness. See, goodness is very much essential. As a human being, everyone should have this goodness in them. Now, what is the meaning of goodness? Goodness simply means to do right things to others, to do right actions. And goodness is an essential feature which is required, which is the need of the hour. This can only bring the paradise on the earth. Now, if you look around, you will see there is a wide differences which is prevailing in the society. And especially if I will talk in terms of physical appearance, we are totally different from each other. God has created all of us. In terms of physical appearance, we don't have any power. See, we all have different color, different hair, different height. So physically we are very much different from each other. Even we are seeing some of the people who are living in the society, they can't see, some cannot hear, some cannot walk properly. So ultimately these differences is prevailing because of God. God has created us. So all these things are in the hand of God. We can't do anything in this. But there should be a question in your mind that still we are saying that some people who are very poor, they ultimately become rich. Someone who was not who is not able to walk, but then also he is enjoying a comfortable life. Then why this kind of things are happening in the society? Why there is a discrimination? Why some people are suffering too much, they are not getting even to a score of million a day, and the other one is enjoying the heavy comforts of the life? Some people are not even some people are not even able to meet up their basic necessities, and other one is enjoying. So why this difference? Why God has done this? Why God has created so much differences between his children? See, as a parent, suppose for a parent every child is equal. He loves and cares for every child, whether that is a boy or a girl, or there are two or three brothers and sisters in a family. Everyone is loved and cared by their parents equally. Likewise, God also loves us equally. God did not differentiate between his children. He equally love and care for us. But then why there is a differentiation? There should be a curiosity in your mind. When God loves us, then why there is a differentiation? I want to clarify you through an example. See, suppose in a family there are two children. One is very notorious one and the other one is quiet one. The quiet one is often disturbed by this notorious one. And the one day, after seeing too much notorious activities of that child, the mother decided to punish that child. So what does that mean? That the mother don't love the child? No. It simply shows that to bring the discipline in the house, to make realize the child of his wrongdoings, the mother has punished him. So likewise, if you will see that when we behave properly with someone, definitely we are rewarded. But when we misbehave with people, when we, suppose in society you will see people are not treated properly, because why? They belongs to particular caste, or they are not very rich people, or even some people are exploited. So this kind of behavior would be liked by the God? No. See, as a for a parent, as every child is equal, likewise every one of us is a creation of God. He loves us equally. So when we do good to others, we God is happy. But when we do bad to our fellow beings, that is not liked by our Father, by the God. See, there is a concept of free will. Now, what does this free will mean? Free will simply means the power or the choices to do right or wrong things. God has blessed us with this power. That is the reason, this free will is the reason behind the suffering. Why someone is suffering and someone is enjoying. So, whatever the kind of differences which which I have mentioned you, which is prevailing in the society, it most of this is on the basis of our action. If we had all all the things are decided by this, by our action. See, God has rewarded with this. God has given this power. See, when we have the power, we have the choice. Suppose for a student, it is his choice whether to study and pass the exam honestly, or whether to cheat and face the consequences. It is his choice. Likewise, we all human beings have this choice, have this power, that when it comes to life, when it comes to practical life, what we choose to do. Suppose if a person, who is having this power, who is very rich, so he has the power that he can do good for the society. But what that rich man is doing to make maximum profit, he is going for illegal practices. So the choice, both the choices are given to him. He can go for the good things also and for the bad actions also. Here there is no interference of the God. But then what he has gone for, he has selected the wrong path. He wants to make more money by exploiting others, by going through illegal means. So ultimately this is wrong, and definitely for that action he will be punished by the God. So here also in the same term you will see that every action has a reaction. Whatever we do, we get back that only. That is a law of nature in every religion, whether that is your Christianity, Hinduism or Islam. In every religion it is preached, and even your religious text also mention that what you do you will get back. It is a law of nature. What you will give, you will get back 1,000 times. So here the virtue of goodness is mentioned through a beautiful story, and the story starts like this. Once upon a time in a village there lived a poor farmer. So while one day he was working on his farmland, he heard a cry for help, and he just after hearing the screaming or cry, he just rushed into the direction from where the noise was coming. When he reached the point, he saw a boy hanging from a cliff, and he was struggling to come up. And when he saw the boy struggling for life, he just went for his help, gave his hand, and just saved his life from the terrifying death. While interaction, the farmer came to know that the boy belongs to a wealthy businessman family. He was a son. The boy was named as Jaikant, and Jaikant was the son of a business tycoon. Now, what is the meaning of business tycoon? Business tycoon simply means the wealthy businessmen, the wealthy, powerful, or influential businessmen, like your Ambanis and Tatas in India. These are business tycoons of India. Now, this boy has came for a school picnic, and thus his teachers and classmates as well as the boy was thankful to the farmer for saving his life. Now, after paying his gratitude, the boy along with his teachers and schoolmates went back. So one day what happened, before the house of that poor farmer, a vehicle stopped, and from that vehicle a well-dressed man came out, and that man was none other than the father of Jaikant, and he just want to pay the gratitude to the farmer. He asked the farmer if he could help him for the good action which he has done for saving the life of the Jaikant. So ultimately the farmer, he refused to take any kind of financial help from the businessman, and thus replied that it was his responsibility to help when the person is suffering, and so he has done his job. He has not done anything special, so he don't wants to take the help for that, or he don't wants to take anything in return for that. Meanwhile, when the farmer was having interaction with the businessman, the son of the farmer reached, and he came with his test copy in which he had got full marks. Thus, after seeing his copy, son of the farmer, he told his father that his school fee has to be submitted by latest by tomorrow. And as you know that the farmer was very poor, he was not unable to meet the basic needs, then how can he meet the education fee of his child? So ultimately, when the businessman, he looked into his report card and seen his marks in every of subject, he has got full marks. So the businessman told, oh, he, I think so, he's very intelligent, and his performance is very good in the class. Then the father replied, the poor farmer replied, yes, he is very intelligent in his studies, and he always stood first in the class, and his ambition is to become a doctor and serve the poor people. So the businessman, he told, okay, you don't want to take any kind of financial help from me or any gift in return for saving my child life. So ultimately, I want to go for a deal. So now what was the deal between the farmer and the businessman? The businessman told, okay, he's very intelligent, but I know you cannot afford, although he have not mentioned it, but it is simple to understand. The farmer was already very, very poor, and he was not able to meet up the educational fee. So ultimately, the businessman, he took the responsibility for his educational needs and for his educational qualifications. Whatever the fees that will be required during his studies, that all will looked after and managed by the businessman. And he told, if he becomes successful and when he become a doctor, then definitely it will be a matter of proud for both of us. So the farmer agreed for this. So as you know, the child was very intelligent. So ultimately, he was admitted to the one of the best educational institutions in the country. And meanwhile, after graduating from the medical college, he became a doctor, and he was very successful in his profession. He just started a hospital and started serving the poor people. So when the nobleman, when the child became doctor and he started serving the people, now after that, what happened, once this businessman, he got very ill, and he was admitted to the hospital, where every doctor has given the has told that his condition was very serious and he may not survive. So when the farmer's son heard the news, he went to see him, and later on he admitted him to his hospital and treated him. In a few days, the businessman became completely cured. So children, here is, it is a beautiful message that what you have done. See, here the farmer has done good to the child of the business tycoon. In again, the business tycoon helped the child of the poor farmer, and again the child, after becoming the doctor, helped that business tycoon. So it was this act of goodness is running in a chain. It is just like, it is working like a cycle. So whatever we do, it comes, it is reflected back to us, it comes back to us. So it's very simple message that whatever we do, it comes back to us. When we love others, when we give love to others, when we do good to others, when we are kind and compassion, when we are having compassion towards others, definitely we will be also rewarded in the same manner. God did not differentiate. God has not created this suffering. We all should be blamed for our own action. It is our choice how to live the life. It is our choice what to do with the other, how to treat other. So ultimately, the message, the moral of the story is, be good to others, others will be good to you. It is a simple message of the story. So thank you. I am giving the question answers, and go through it, and I hope you have done the homework, previous homework also. So if there is any problem, mention it.